Welcome to PyQt5 tutorial for you. My name is Darlington Nkwazi. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the QMessageBox. The QMessageBox is used to display messages in PyQt5 applications. For example, here I have a window with a push button, okay? And when I click this push button, it shows a message box. All right, you can see the window title of the message box. You can see the message icon here. You can also see the actual message, which is this is a message box. All right, you can also see the standard buttons here. That's the OK button and the cancel button. And when I click this other button here, it shows the detailed text of the message box. Okay, you can see coconuts are great here at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this now, so without wasting time, let's dive into it. As usual, I have my boilerplate code here. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is run this. And here you can see that I have a window with a push button, okay? And when I click this push button, it's supposed to show a message box, all right? So I'm just going to cancel this now and build on it. What we're going to do first is create a signal and a slot for this push button here, okay? So to do that, I'm just going to say self.push button dot clicked dot connect, and I'll say self.show message box, okay? And what we're going to do now is define this method here, okay? So to do that, we'll just say show message box, okay? And we'll say self. And then I'm going to come down here and create the message box, okay? So to do that, I'm just going to say self.message box is equal to qt widgets.q message box, okay? And I'll come here and say self.message box.set window title. So I'm setting the window title of the message box, okay? So I want this to be message box, okay? And I'll come down here and set the icon for the message box. I'm going to say self dot message box dot set icon, okay? And I want this to be qt widgets dot q message box dot information, okay? That's the icon that I want for the message, okay? So what I'm going to do next is set the text, okay, for the message box. I'm going to say self.messagebox.set text, okay? So this will be the message now. So I'll say this is a message box, okay? And what I'm going to do next is create standard buttons for the message box. So to do that, we're just going to say self.messagebox.set standard buttons, okay? And I want this to be qt widgets.q message box dot, I want an OK button and a cancel button, okay? So I'll say qt widgets again and q message box, but this time it would be cancel, okay? And now I want to show the message, so I'm just going to say self.message box.exec, okay? So now if I save this and run it, and I click this push button here, it shows the message box, okay? And here you can see the window title for the message box. You can also see the message icon, which is the information icon, okay? Here you can see the actual message, which is this is a message box, okay? And here you can see the standard buttons, okay? This is the OK button and this is the cancel button, okay? So I'm just going to cancel this now and this. Now let's see what else we could add to this. We could set the detailed text for this message box. So we could say self.message box dot set detailed text, okay? That's when you want to add more details to the message, okay? So I want this to be coconuts are great, okay? And now if I save this and run it, and I click this push button here, you can see an additional button here for the detailed text. Okay, so if I click it, you can see the detailed text here, coconuts are great. And if I click it again, it hides it. Okay, so let's cancel this now. And this could also be question. Okay, we could change it to question, and if we save it now and run it and click this push button here, you can see the icon has changed to the one with the question mark. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this now, and this could also be warning. Okay, and now if I save it and run it again and click this push button here, you can see the icon has changed to a warning icon. Okay, so I'm going to cancel it now and change this back to information. Okay, what we're going to do next is, let's see how we could add buttons to the message box. Okay, so we could come here and say self.message box dot add button. Okay, and you want this to be cute widgets dot q message box. Okay, and let's say save. Okay, so now if we save it and run it and click this push button here, you can see an additional standard button here, which is the save button. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this now, and this could also be open. Okay, if we save it and run it again and click this push button here, you can see another standard button here, which is the open button. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this now, and let's comment this out because we won't need it anymore. The other standard button types that you can add to your message box. Okay, you can just check the documentation and play with it. The same thing with the message box icon. Okay, there are other types. Okay, just check the documentation and play with it. Let's see what else we could do here. We could, let's say we wanted to know which button was clicked, which standard button was clicked. We could just come here and say self message box dot button clicked dot connect, and we'll say self dot button clicked. Okay, now what we're going to do is define this method. Okay, so to do that, we just come here and say button clicked. Okay, and we'll say self. All right, and we'll come down here and say let's print the label of the button that was clicked. Okay, so I think that's like one of the simplest ways to do it. So we'll just say self.message box dot clicked button. Okay, dot text. Okay, and if we save this now and run it and click this push button here and click any of the standard buttons, let's click the OK button. Here you can see OK at the bottom. Okay, and if we click this push button again and click the cancel button, here you can see cancel at the bottom. Okay, so cancel this now, and let's make this more meaningful. Okay, so just comment this out and come here and say if self.clicked button dot text is equal to OK, print OK button was clicked. Okay, and for the cancel button, we just copy this and paste it here. Okay, and change this to cancel. Okay, and this to cancel. Okay, and we'll save it now and run it. So now if I click this push button and I click the OK button, it disappears. Something is wrong. Sorry, this is supposed to be self.message box. Okay, dot clicked button. Okay, so if we save this now and run it, and I click this push button here, and I click the OK button, you can see OK button was clicked here at the bottom. Okay, and if I click this push button again and I click this cancel button, you can see cancel button was clicked here at the bottom. Okay, so this is like one of the simplest ways to know which standard button you clicked and use it to do something more meaningful. Okay, uh, there are other things you can do with the Q message box. Okay, you can just check the documentation and play with it. All right, but this is where we're going to stop. Okay, so this is basically how it goes. If you enjoyed watching this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.